Humanity's quest for energy has evolved dramatically over the centuries. We began by burning wood and coal, harnessing the power of fire to warm our homes and fuel the first industrial machines. These early sources of energy shaped civilizations, but also left behind pollution and environmental scars. Then, in the 20th century, we unlocked the atom's immense power, ushering in a new era of possibility. The discovery of nuclear fission promised a revolutionary leap forward, energy on a scale never before imagined. Nuclear energy offered the dream of nearly limitless, clean electricity. By splitting atoms, we could release vastly more energy than fossil fuels, with far fewer greenhouse gas emissions. Cities could be powered day and night, and the air could remain clear of smog and soot. But this breakthrough came with a daunting challenge: radioactive waste that remains hazardous for millennia. The byproducts of nuclear reactions are not just dangerous, they persist far longer than any human memory. Unlike ordinary pollution, this waste demands stewardship on a timescale far beyond human institutions. It asks us to think not just in decades, but in thousands of years, longer than most civilizations have lasted. The once-through fuel cycle, using uranium once, then storing the spent fuel, has left us with a toxic legacy and no perfect solution. Each generation inherits the burden, hoping the next will find a better answer. Storing this waste safely for thousands of years has proven politically and technically fraught, fueling public anxiety and skepticism. Communities worry about accidents, leaks, and the unknown risks that may emerge over time. The search for a way to neutralize long-lived waste and close the nuclear fuel cycle has become one of science's greatest quests. Researchers are exploring new technologies, from advanced recycling to innovative containment methods, hoping to transform this peril into promise. Can we finally resolve the paradox of nuclear energy and unlock its full potential for a sustainable future? The answer may shape not only our energy systems, but the fate of generations yet to come. Inside a nuclear reactor, uranium atoms split apart in a process called fission, releasing an immense amount of energy that we harness to generate electricity for our homes, cities, and industries. But this process doesn't just create power. It also leaves behind a complex mix of radioactive fragments, some of which are intensely dangerous. Spent fuel contains a variety of short-lived fission products, which decay relatively quickly, losing much of their radioactivity within a few decades. However, the real challenge comes from the transuranic elements, substances like plutonium and americium. These elements are created when uranium atoms absorb extra neutrons, and they remain hazardous for tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands, of years. Our current approach is to treat all of this material as waste, sealing it away in massive storage facilities deep underground or in reinforced casks, essentially passing the responsibility to future generations who may never benefit from the electricity it once produced. The timescales involved are almost unimaginable. Today's nuclear waste will remain dangerous far longer than the pyramids have stood on the Egyptian sands. In fact, some of it will outlast even the oldest human art, artifacts left by our distant ancestors, painted on cave walls over 30,000 years ago. Securing this material for such vast stretches of time is a challenge that pushes the limits of our engineering, our foresight, and our ethical responsibility to those who come after us. It's not just a technical issue, but a profound moral dilemma. Enjoying the benefits of nuclear power today, while leaving the burden and risk to people in the distant future who had no say in the decision. This unresolved waste problem has cast a long shadow over nuclear energy's promise, fueling public fear and political controversy for decades. Until we find a lasting solution, nuclear power will continue to struggle for acceptance as the clean, reliable energy source the world so desperately needs to combat climate change. The question remains, can we break this cycle and find a better way to deal with nuclear waste, one that doesn't simply push the problem further down the road? The answer may lie in reimagining nuclear waste, not as a permanent liability, but as a potential resource, one that could help power our future if only we have the vision and determination to unlock its potential. What if spent nuclear fuel wasn't just waste, but a valuable resource? The closed-cycle approach reprocesses spent fuel, separating out usable uranium and plutonium for new fuel. This atomic recycling dramatically reduces the volume and toxicity of final waste, leaving mostly short-lived fission products. The remaining waste decays to safe levels in centuries, not millennia, transforming a permanent problem into a manageable one. Closed cycles also extract far more energy from uranium, making our resources last for thousands of years. Even depleted uranium stockpiles could become fuel, vastly improving energy security. This model shifts nuclear power from a disposable to a renewable paradigm at the atomic level. It's a transformative vision: less waste, more energy, and a sustainable future. But can it be achieved at scale? Russia is taking a bold leap to make the closed fuel cycle a reality. The PRORIV, or Breakthrough Project in Seversk, aims to launch the world's first industrial-scale, fully closed nuclear power complex by 2030. This integrated site will house a fast neutron reactor, fuel fabrication, and reprocessing, all in one place, minimizing transport risks. Decades of research and operational experience with fast reactors have led to this ambitious step. While other nations have struggled with costs and politics, Russia's steady commitment sets it apart. If successful, PRORIV could be a global showcase for safe, sustainable, and nearly waste-free nuclear power. It's a bid to solve the waste problem and lead the next era of nuclear technology. The world's experts are watching PRORIV closely. Dr. Rae Kwon Chung, Nobel Peace Prize winning IPCC member, calls Russia's project a potential breakthrough for global energy. He notes that no country has yet achieved a complete, industrial-scale closed fuel cycle, making PRORIV's ambition all the more significant. By turning waste into fuel, the project tackles nuclear power's two biggest weaknesses: radioactive waste and finite uranium. If Russia proves this technology is safe and viable, it could spark a global nuclear renaissance, providing reliable, carbon-free energy. Dr. Chung frames PRORIV as a global imperative, not just a national achievement. A successful closed cycle would offer a sustainable energy path for both developed and developing nations. The world should pay attention. This could change everything. At the heart of Russia's ambitious PRORIV project stands the Brest OD-300, a revolutionary lead-cooled fast neutron reactor designed to change the future of nuclear energy. This advanced reactor is not just a technological marvel, but a symbol of a new era in nuclear power. Unlike conventional reactors that rely on water and slow neutrons, Brest OD-300 uses fast neutrons and molten lead as its coolant. This unique combination allows it to operate at higher efficiencies, making it far more effective at consuming plutonium and long-lived radioactive waste that would otherwise remain hazardous for thousands of years. Its inherent safety is built into the very physics of its operation. Because molten lead operates at atmospheric pressure, the risk of explosive accidents is dramatically reduced, eliminating the need for many complex safety systems found in traditional reactors. If the reactor ever overheats, the nuclear reaction naturally slows down on its own, requiring no human intervention or emergency shutdowns, an elegant safety feature that sets it apart from older designs. Brest is also designed to burn recycled plutonium and actinides, effectively incinerating hazardous waste while simultaneously breeding new fuel from depleted uranium. This means it can help close the nuclear fuel cycle and reduce the burden of nuclear waste storage. This dual role, eliminating old waste and creating new energy, is absolutely key to achieving a sustainable closed fuel cycle. It represents a major step forward in making nuclear power both cleaner and more efficient for future generations. Construction of the Brest OD-300 began in 2021, marking a significant milestone in the decades-long pursuit of advanced fast reactor technology by Russian scientists and engineers. Its progress is being closely watched by the global nuclear community. If the Brest OD-300 succeeds, it could prove that clean, safe, and virtually waste-free nuclear energy is not just a dream, but a real possibility for the world's energy future. If Russia's closed-cycle technology succeeds, the impact will be global. Countries with nuclear programs could transform their waste into fuel, slashing the need for permanent storage. Energy security would be redefined. Existing uranium reserves could power nations for centuries, reducing reliance on imports. Russia would cement its leadership in nuclear technology, offering turnkey solutions to emerging economies. This could accelerate clean energy growth in Asia, Africa, and South America, where reliable power is crucial. Widespread adoption would also boost the fight against climate change, enabling more nuclear power to complement renewables. The closed cycle could finally make nuclear energy a universally accepted pillar of a low-carbon future. But the world will be watching. Success here could reshape the entire energy landscape. The stakes are enormous. The promise of ProRev is immense, but the challenges are real. No nation has yet commercialized a complete closed-cycle system. Scaling up from pilot to industry is daunting. Reprocessing spent fuel is complex and hazardous, demanding flawless engineering and safety. The Brest reactor's molten lead coolant presents unique technical hurdles. Economic viability is crucial. This technology must compete with other energy sources to be adopted worldwide. There are also global security concerns. Reprocessing separates plutonium, requiring strict safeguards to prevent proliferation. International trust and oversight will be essential for global adoption. The journey ahead demands technical brilliance, economic sense, and diplomatic cooperation. As of October 2025, the developments in Siberia could mark a turning point for nuclear energy. For decades, nuclear power's promise has been shadowed by the problem of waste. ProRev aims to break this link, turning yesterday's waste into tomorrow's fuel and making nuclear truly sustainable. If Russia succeeds, it could usher in a new era, clean, safe, and independent energy for the world. The challenges are real, but so is the hope. The world must watch, collaborate, and ensure this technology serves all humanity. Whether ProRev is the final answer or a crucial step, it has already changed the conversation. The dream of safe, sustainable nuclear power may finally be within our grasp.